just a rundown on how to tackle your assignment for the Industrial Revolution assignment for Year 8, 2013, Term 1. Okay, first of all, when you look at your assignment, you'll see some criteria sheets. We're going to move past those and maybe come back to those at the end. Okay, so if you have a look down through, you've got a few criteria sheets. The first one is about your knowledge and understanding. The second one's about communicating. Third one's thinking critically. The fourth one's investigating. And then you've got your assignment. Now, the topic of the assignment, as it says there, is the Industrial Revolution. The first thing you want to look at is the question itself. Now, it says, analyze how society experienced change and continuity, socially and environmentally. Use the Industrial Revolution as your example and compare the points, now it means the points of the Industrial Revolution, to the Roman era, medieval era, or modern era. You don't have to do all of those eras. You can just compare it to one of those if you like. Now, the assignment itself has 4 parts to it. First 3 are short, easy. The last one takes a little more time. To start with, what you do is create an investigation plan, then an action plan, a note-taking framework, and you create an essay. All of those parts are worth marks. Mostly the marks are about the essay. Let's start about task 1 then. Task 1 is about the investigation question. What is that, I hear you ask? I'm glad you asked. This is it. Okay, so here is the task 1 investigation question. This is really simple. I reckon you can knock this over in 5 minutes, and many of you have probably already done it. The idea is to come up with a question that will guide your way through the assignment. If you look on the screen here, you can see the question itself has kind of a few ways that you can answer it. The ways that you can answer it are kind of related to your grade. So if you answer at this level here, this is a very simple kind of answer. What is the Industrial Revolution? But if you tackle it down here at this level, this is going to get you a whole lot more marks. And the reason is it gets more specific. Rather than just about the Industrial Revolution, down here it's talking about change and continuity. And that was inside your assignment sheet there. So that's really handy. It's better than this level 5 one because it's talking about comparing to the medieval or modern periods. So it's very specific. So when you write your question, you want to be heading down to this one here. Okay, this is the baby that you're looking for. Okay, that will give you the most marks. Be very careful when you write the question that you don't do exactly what it says inside there. So you've got to think of your own words. Beautiful. That's task 1. Okay, so to do it, all you do is you come down a bit and it says my investigation question is. It'll take you a couple of minutes. You just fill out this here. Delete the lines, stick in your own. Do not write more than those lines. That would be a bad thing. Okay, so we're up to task 2. Watch the fancy scrolling as I move up. Dup-da-da, dup-da-da, dup-da-da. Task 2. Sorry about that. Okay, task 2 is what we call the action plan. Okay, it says it right there, the action plan. So here we are. We're doing this business here. What we have to do is we have to document what we do during this time. Okay, so we have to say what we do, when we do it, and tick it off. So if you see on this little action plan here on the right hand column, it's got in that right hand column everything that you need. Watch you go pretty pink. Here we go, pretty pink. Ta-da! Everything you need to do your assignment. So you want to do those tasks. Okay? Then you have to put in the dates that you're going to do them by. Over here, and I'm going to put this in yellow for you, what you want to do is the dates. So you put in what dates you're going to achieve this little thing by in this space here. Okay? That's the dates. Whoa, it didn't go yellow. Okay, here we go. This is what you want to do. I've put some sample dates in there, but it may not work for you. Take note, you should put in which lessons you have a date in, okay? Like I've done down here, see? I've got the lessons that I have a date in, okay? Otherwise, I won't be planning to do my stuff. Also, I must allocate a lot of time for the big sections, okay? Here, the investigation bit here is a very big section. So notice I've put quite a few days inside there to space things out. When I get my stuff done, I come on up here and I tick it off. This is just a little copy and paste. So I've copied and pasted this little arrow and I put it into this space. I reckon within this first week that you do it, you'll probably get right the way down to probably here. And that would be a great thing. Okay, so sample action plan. There's one more thing to the action plan, and that comes right at the end. Right at the end, you want to have a bit of a reflection about your action plan. And so, in a few sentences, say, what did you do well? Okay? What could you do better? And how could you approach the learning differently? Have a think about it, pop it in here. You may even jot some points down as you do your assignment. That would be smart. Okay, so that's our second thing. That is our action plan, done and dusted. You need to come back to that a few times during this assignment. Okay, number 3 is the note-taking. Now, you have to set out your note-taking template to make it easy for you to write your essay. If you set out your template, the essay will structure itself as you actually take the notes. There are a couple of ways to do that. You can do it a table, like I've done below. You could do it as a fishbone diagram. You could do it as a mind map. It's up to you. I recommend the table. Okay, so down this space here, what I want you to do first of all is to copy and paste that investigation question that we were just talking about here in this section. Okay, I'll color that green for you. So you must put it in that question, in that section there. Okay, your next bit that you want to do is you want to have a quick look at what this is. Now, if you see here, we've got 4 columns. One is what you've got to do, and these ones are the points of the Industrial Revolution, or your topics. Remember, point means the point in the paragraph structure, like Peel. We'll come back to that later. So in this first thing here, we're talking about living conditions. So you're going to write all your notes that you get on living conditions in there. Child labour in factories, all your notes in there. Reformers in that there. These are 3 topics from the Industrial Revolution you put in there. Look at my purple comment. Do not write in full sentences. So I've said life, industrial, overcrowded, disease, common. No small words. That's how we do it inside of note-taking. You've done that before. Once you've got some information about this, you scroll down, and it'll take a while. You'll get bits and pieces as you read through and jump between those 3 places. Then make some decisions. Okay, for what you've got, you need to, of course, record the source. Okay, where did this thing come from? Okay, in this space here. All your sources, put there. You'll also put them in BibMe, but that's good for a start. Once you've got some information, this topic here that we're talking about, living conditions for this column, you ask, is it environmental, okay, or is it social? Social is about people, environmental is about the planet. Now I'm looking at this one here, and it's about overcrowded, disease-ridden areas. So I've called this environmental. Yeah, there can be some overlaps, but you'll live with it. Okay, then what I do is I think about, well, what stays the same between this and the other period that I'm talking about? What is continuity? Okay, so have a look here. The medieval plague was a disease that also broke out because of poor conditions. Now I've taken the medieval and compared it to the Industrial Revolution up here. That means that things had stayed the same. There was disease in both cases. Once I've got a same, I want to find something different. Now, in the different one, I'm comparing it to the modern feature. Okay? Now, it says modern understanding of hygiene means that we don't experience the same problems in developed countries. And this is the opposite of the disease that I found inside of in the Industrial Revolution. okay, in that time. Okay, our next bit there, is it lasting? So the problems in the medieval world, in the Industrial Revolution, are they still around now? Well, yeah, they are. Some cities are still overcrowded. And there we have, boom, right down at the bottom, that reference again. You'll do that for each of your points. I would recommend that you copy this table again so you've got another copy. Hey, look, I've done one here, right down there. And then you can add some more notes because the first table might not be enough space. But look, I've deleted all those hints for you. Once you've read the hints up here, you could probably delete those too. Okay, beautiful. So this is going to take quite some time. Probably the longest period of this assignment is getting those notes down there. That's right. Okay. So when you've got the notes down, you're writing the essay and you are in the home stretch. There's the finish line. We're coming around the corner. It's a beautiful thing. I've put the question there again. You know about that. This time I want to draw your attention to what I've said here about points. Okay. Now the points are about the Industrial Revolution. What are the points, you might say? Well, I'm glad you asked that. Watch this. It's beautiful. Okay, I've put all the points that you can research about in this left-hand column here. Okay, so you need to choose 3 of these. Okay, any 3 of these will do. So whatever you'd like to do. So maybe you want to do that one. Maybe you want to do that one. Maybe you want to do that one. Choose, have a fuss around, search the internet about. See if you find those 3 things are cool. If you want to, go ahead and then start your note taking back in this section. If you think they're all a bit lame and you don't like those 3, then choose another ones there. If you'd like to, maybe you can negotiate with your teacher. Not my students, I'll tell you to get lost. Okay, moving on. Once you've got your 3, you then have to find 3 things to compare it with. So any of these, you can jump medieval, Roman, modern. You could go within medieval, or just within Roman. I'd encourage you to try going between at least 2 of these. Okay, that would be good. You get a better answer that way, I reckon. Okay, so match them up. So, for example, if I look down here, I can see that, we had different social classes inside Industrial Revolution. Hey, that reminds me of feudalism. They had different social classes, kings and queens. So I could match those ones up. That would be handy. You're doing a bit of matching here. That's how it works. Okay, I'm coming down. That's what I'm doing with my essay. 3 of these, talk about them, then do this. When we're doing an essay, we need a bit of structure. All laid out for you. Here it is. Inside your paragraph, you're going to do this stuff. Restate the question or give your hypothesis, that question that you made up, okay? Then I want you to tell me those 3 red points that you're going to talk about in your paragraphs. Great. Move on and go to your second paragraph. In your second paragraph, use Peel structure. I'll talk about that later, okay? Give your point on the Industrial Revolution. Tell me if that, and then tell me, is it a change or continuity? Talking about one of those purple comparisons, okay? And is it environmental or social? Okay, so you're just coming along and you're giving me the point, and then you're giving something about the medieval, something about modern or Roman, change and continuity from these purple ones. Okay, so you give a pink and then you give a purple one there. Righty, down here, you give the same thing. Another point, then something, change, something, continuity from one of those purple lists up there. Okay, same thing, coming down here again, I do the same. My third point that I chose. Okay, so on this one I chose different social classes. Okay, and I matched up with feudalism. So in here, I do the same. I give my different social classes. I'm talking about continuity here, and I'm saying feudal also had different social classes. My paragraph 5 is summing up. Here, all I do is I give the 3 points. Hey, a typo. The points that I've just listed above, the red ones. Okay, I say if they are continuity or if they are change from another era. Environmental, social, and I recap my topics. Topic 1, 2, topic 2, or paragraph 2, 3, and 4. Okay, in the last one, I want you to use the word lasting because it's in the question. And that's just another word for continuity. So slip that word lasting in if you can somewhere. Righty. Now you've got the essay structure. I'm going to remind you about paragraph structure. You probably know this because you've done some paragraph practices inside your class. So, paragraphs have a structure called peel. Okay? Peel works like this. You make a point. This is those red points we've just talked about. You give an explanation, then you give an example, then you make a link. Okay? So, for example, I've said here, here's my point. In the Industrial Revolution, people lived in cramped conditions. Here's my explanation. Moved from the country, there was very little room because of urbanization. Here's my, the explanation. Here's my example. Several families in London would often share one place in a small tenement house. Okay, and then my link. As a result, the Industrial Revolution brought change in the form of housing, which was very cramped conditions, which was a change from medieval country life. So there's my link, linking back to medieval society. Okay, so inside my essay, must do the peel structure. You've done it before, even in year 7, I reckon. Referencing. Let me tell you something really cool. If you haven't seen it before, BibMe is absolutely fantastic. You can learn about BibMe, the automatic bibliography system, by coming along and going to the website here, the YouTube clip, and it will show you how to do it. That's dead simple. Okay? You can click on this link and it goes to the BibMe site, and BibMe stores all the information that you need to do your bibliography. Make sure you have an account so it will keep it forever. So here I'm just bringing up the BibMe account. Okay, if you don't have an account, click register, fill it out, but leave the zip code box blank, put your age 13, remember to tick those 2 boxes and hit register. It goes instantly and it's beautiful. Okay, then you will log in and do your stuff. Okay, and when you log in, up it comes like this, and it will remember your account. You just put the website, paste the website here or the book name here, or click website, paste in the address there, and it will get that information for you. So whatever it is, I'd copy and paste it, not type it like this. This is dopey. Okay, and then I would go load information. Oh, it won't do it. Okay, and it saves the information for you. You just go add it to my bibliography and it's there for good. Okay, and when you want to output your bibliography, you come here, choose APA format, and you can download it as Word. Simple as. If you come back again, because you've been some time between things, go save bibliographies and you can bring up the old one. So that's BibMe, simple as, and you can't go wrong. One last thing, and that is academic honesty. So you don't plagiarize, steal someone else's work, we do careful note-taking. But, just to check, both students and teachers use Turnitin. It means that you can check if your stuff, has been, if it got too much borrowed from somebody else's. Here's the account, here's your password. Your teacher will give you a class code later on. You go to the website, okay, and you just type in the password, and that's pretty much it, okay? And you'll upload the assignment like you would upload anything, okay? Like a picture to Facebook. So, just a quick flashback to the criteria sheets while we're doing this. Okay, right back up to the top. Have a look at the criteria sheets. If you want to do well, you should know your criteria sheets. Specifically, have a good look at, the top level here. Okay, the top level. At this moment, we're on knowledge and understanding. So it says to use a range of terminology. So make sure you're using your terminology. you know, inside there, like agrarian revolution or, you know, royalty rather than saying king. That's important, okay? And if you're very good at this and you're at the top level, you probably should be using terminology for not just Industrial Revolution, but also medieval or one of the other comparisons. Next criteria is about communicating. This one here is about your essay structure. So you've got to be doing your essay structure in here. Look at the top level. Inside the essay structure, you've got to get your stuff happening. Format, 5-paragraph format, like we've been talking about, intro, conclusion, that gear. Doing your peel for inside the paragraphs and the bibliography complete with the APA format. But if you do BibMe, that's simple marks. You shouldn't have any troubles there. Going down a bit further. Ooh, look, it bounces. Bouncing, bouncing, bouncing. Okay, moving up. I hope the other teachers don't see that bit. Right, okay, down in this space here. This one here, I forgot what I'm doing. This is thinking critically. Thinking critically is about making comparisons. So it's your comparison between Industrial Revolution, the Industrial Revolution there, okay, medieval, and or Roman era, or even the modern era. That's your comparisons. So you got to draw in the medieval stuff into it and the Roman stuff in there. Not a lot. It's mostly about the Industrial Revolution. You've got to also analyze sources using continuity and change. Those words are critical. Every paragraph must mention at least one of those, okay, for you to score high. Then you've got to make arguments, and every paragraph must mention social and environmental. Is your point about social or is your point about environmental? Okay, scrolling down. The next one is about investigating. Okay, we'll go right to the top. That's what we're interested in. This is about your research question. It was only 3 minutes worth of work, okay, but it got you right up here. The next bit is about your action plan. It didn't take long at all, okay, 10 minutes. It got you right up here if you did it right, okay, which wasn't hard. Okay, your next one is your note taking. Yes, you have to hand your notes in, okay, because that's part of it. And lastly, you've got to answer the question. That's it. So with very little work, you could achieve up this level here. I believe you can do it. Go for it. Go to the top level. We want you to. I dare you. Okay, so team, here we are. Analyze how society experiences changing continuity socially and environmentally. Use the Industrial Revolution as your example and compare its points to the Roman era, medieval era, or modern era. You got 4 tasks. The mission, if you choose to accept it. Create an investigation question. Okay? Create an action plan. Create a note-taking framework. And do that darn essay. Beautiful. Okay? So, you now know what you're doing in this assignment. Go make it happen. I believe in you.